Welcome to SharePoint Pittsburgh. My name is Caroline and I will be introducing you to Lesson 3, Document Library Basics. Today we'll be working with the document library and using versioning and checkout. In working with the document library, we will be creating a document library, uploading single and multiple documents, and editing documents without versioning turned on. In using versioning and checkout, we'll be turning on versioning, working with documents and versioning, turning on check-in, check-out, and working with check-in, check-out. I'm going to hand this over to Leo, who will be teaching you today's lesson.
Thank you, Caroline, and welcome back to SharePoint Pittsburgh, everyone. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, again, is log into the server. So we'll go up here, type in our server's address. Now what we're going to do is go to the store's site, and we're going to create our first document library. We can do this by going up to Site Actions, New Document Library. And we're actually going to be creating a document library for Happy Scoop super secret recipes. So we'll go ahead and type in recipes for the name. Then for the description we'll do ice cream recipes. And we're not going to change any of the default settings yet. We're actually going to work with those later by editing them in the settings menu. So we'll hit create now. Now that we've created a document library, what we want to do next is add documents. So we'll go up here to the add new document. And then what we can do is we can browse for a document, or we can upload multiple files. So we're going to right now go ahead and click browse. I already created a bunch of fake documents, so what we'll do is we'll just click my favorite, Chocoholic recipe, and press OK. And now what's going to happen is it's going to pop up a properties menu. So what we're going to do here is go ahead and add the title of this document. The Chocoholic recipe is just the name of the actual file. So we're going to call this Chocoholic ice cream recipe. And you may be wondering why we have to do this. Again, that's more for an advanced lesson, so just go ahead and follow along for now, and we'll go ahead and talk about properties and what we can do with those properties later on. So go ahead and click Save. And now you'll notice that the document is now in our document library. First thing, we have the icon. So if you have a sharp eye, you can actually look and see that this is the actual icon for a Word document. If we upload another document, which you'll see next, you'll actually see the different icons for the various different type of documents. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and upload a few more documents. And we'll go ahead and click Upload More Files. And I'm actually going to make sure that it can still overwrite. So we'll go to Fake Documents. Going to go ahead and just click that to make it easy on me. Press OK. Do you want to upload 6 files to the server? I'm going to go ahead and click yes, and it's going to go ahead and overwrite our Chocoholic recipe. Okay, and you can actually tell that it did because the modified time is the exact same as all of the others. So great. Now what I just realized is I must have accidentally uploaded the incorrect document to the recipes document library, because lesson 3 PowerPoint is not a it's obviously not a recipe, and you can actually tell it's also a PowerPoint, so it's not even a document itself. So what we'll do, or I should say a Word document, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and delete this document. Go ahead and click delete. Do you want to sure to send this to the recycle bin? And I'm going to press OK. Now you'll notice that now we just have our recipes in here. Okay, now that we've uploaded all the documents, what we want to do now is actually edit the documents. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the name, and then it'll actually open up Word. Whenever you click on the name, it actually just opens it up in view mode, so you can actually edit that, and we'll see that momentarily once this document loads. Okay, now that it's loaded, just go ahead and hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and try typing a bunch of stuff, but as you can hear by the clicks of the keyboard, I'm unable to do that. And up here you also see it's a server document, which this document actually is still stored on the server. I'm going to show you how to store it in your local drafts later, but and onto your machine. But for right now, it's still stored on the server. And in order to edit it, we actually have to click this button, Edit Document. So I'm going to go ahead and click that now. And I'm going to actually change the recipe to 11 apples. So we'll go ahead and do that. Go back up here, and we're going to save our document. And when I click save, you'll actually notice a box pop up, yep, right there, and it's actually saving it directly to the server. So we'll go ahead and hit X, and then we're going to check the modified date to make sure that it did indeed save to the server. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at the properties of this document. When I go to view properties, we're going to notice there's nothing that says anything about versioning. So first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about versioning. What versioning enables us to do is just say you create a document and then you edit the document and you save it. If versioning isn't turned on, you can't revert back to a previous version. So versioning kind of lets you have backup copies of your document in case you need to reference them or go back to the previous version. I'm going to go ahead and hit close. I'm going to go ahead and go to library settings and turn on versioning. We'll go ahead and do this with major versions. And again, this is just an intro. We're going to go over all of the major and minor versions in detail later. But for right now, we're just going to create a major version. We're going to only keep 5 copies on the server because if you don't limit the amount of versions, we could possibly have hundreds, and that would just take up too much space. So whenever the 6th version would be removed. So we're going to go ahead and I should say the first version technically would be removed, 6 would stay. So the latest version would stay. So now I'm going to go ahead and press OK here. Okay, now we've turned on versioning. So if we go back to our document library called recipes, and we go back to the properties of the document, first of all, you can see version history right there, view properties, and we can go version history here also. You'll notice that we're on version number 1. Now I know that we edited April Apple previously, but because we just turned on versioning now, we only have 1 version. So again, what we'll do is we'll edit April Apple again. This time we will go and edit it directly without opening it up in read-only mode by clicking on the name. So we'll go here and click. And now the ribbon will actually pop up right away and we can edit it without having to click that edit button. Okay, great. Now what we're going to do is we'll change the recipe again. We'll add, we'll make it 4 cups of sugar. We'll go back up here, save it. Once again, we'll notice that box pop up here and saving to the server. And as soon as that's done, we'll close it. We'll be able to check that the modified date is different, and we'll actually now be able to see that we're going to be on version 2. So now we see that the modified date has changed. We can go to version history, and now we'll see that now we do indeed have version number 2. So great. Now my only thing that I want to change now is I don't see the version here. So what I want to do is I want to add version to our view. And if you're not familiar with what views are, please check out our previous lesson, lesson 2, to learn more about views. So I'm going to go and click library up here. Go ahead and go to modify view. So you should go into library settings. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and click on version. Again, last episode we talked about sorting and filtering. You can go ahead and check out our previous video if you want to learn about that. But right now we're going to just go ahead and press OK, and now the version should actually pop up over here.